What if I told you there are artificial intelligence systems already operating today that are more powerful than anything your school ever mentioned? Not the chatbots you see online, not the apps on your phone, not the assistants that answer simple questions, but machines that predict human behavior with unsettling accuracy. Machines that guide military drones across hostile territories. Machines that decide what information you see, what news reaches your screen, and even what you believe is true. And most people have no idea they exist. Today, we are uncovering the hidden artificial intelligence and secret technology they never taught you about, and why it could reshape humanity forever. But before we go any deeper, ask yourself one simple question. How much of your life is already controlled by invisible algorithms? The answer might disturb you. Every time you unlock your phone, every time you scroll through social media, every time you search for something online, every time you buy something digitally, every time you watch a video like this one. Behind the scenes, complex systems are watching, learning, predicting, and influencing your behavior. Not because they are evil, but because they are designed to optimize something: profit, efficiency, control, stability, or power. And the people who build and control these systems are shaping the future in ways most of us never agreed to. When most people hear the word AI, they imagine robots walking down streets, talking machines serving coffee, or dramatic scenes from science fiction movies. They imagine metal faces, red glowing eyes, mechanical voices, androids that look and act like humans. But that image is comforting because it makes AI seem distant. It makes it seem like something from the future, something we'll have time to prepare for. In reality, artificial intelligence has been quietly growing, evolving, and infiltrating every aspect of modern life for decades. It doesn't usually look like a robot. It looks like a recommendation system, a facial recognition camera, a risk assessment tool, a prediction model, a behavioral algorithm. It looks like software, invisible, silent, always running in the background. And because it doesn't walk or talk like humans, we don't treat it like power. But power is exactly what it is. The story of artificial intelligence didn't begin with smartphones or social media. It began in the 1950s, when visionary scientists first tried to make machines think like humans. One of them was Alan Turing. He asked a question that would change history. Can machines think? At the time, computers were massive, slow, and extremely weak by today's standards. They filled entire rooms. They required teams of engineers to operate. They could barely perform basic calculations. Yet early researchers believed they could build thinking machines within a generation. They imagined digital minds that could reason, learn, and understand language. That dream was too ambitious for the technology of the time, so progress slowed. But the idea never died. As computing power increased, as data storage expanded, as networks connected the world, the dream came back. Today, a single smartphone in your pocket has more computing power than the machines that sent humans to the moon. But modern AI systems go far beyond raw power. They analyze trillions of pieces of data in seconds. They learn from patterns invisible to the human eye. They detect correlations humans would never notice. They make predictions that feel almost magical. And yet, in schools, we are still taught a simplified version of technology: basic coding, simple algorithms, surface-level computer science. What we are rarely taught is this: there is a deeper layer of technology operating beneath society, a layer that shapes governments, markets, media, warfare, public opinion, a layer that is not public, not transparent, and not easily understood. This is the technology they didn't teach you, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Most people think AI is something new, something futuristic. It isn't. AI has been embedded into the fabric of society for years, quietly operating in the background of your daily life. Banks use sophisticated AI systems to decide who gets loans and who gets rejected. They don't just look at your income, they analyze your spending habits, your payment history, your social behavior, sometimes even how you type on a keyboard. Patterns reveal risk, and risk determines opportunity. Police departments use AI to predict crime patterns before crimes happen. They call it predictive policing. Algorithms analyze historical crime data, demographic information, and behavioral trends. They forecast where crimes are likely to occur. Supporters say it helps allocate resources and save lives. Critics argue it reinforces bias and creates feedback loops that target the same communities again and again. Governments use AI to detect threats, monitor communications, and identify potential risks to national security. Surveillance systems powered by facial recognition scan crowds in real time. They match faces to databases. They track movements across cities. They remember where you've been. Social media platforms use AI to decide what you see on your feed, not randomly, not fairly, strategically. Every click, every pause, every like, every comment, every video you watch, all of it feeds intelligent systems designed to understand you better than you understand yourself. They learn what makes you angry, what makes you laugh, what makes you afraid, what keeps you scrolling, and they use that knowledge to keep you engaged as long as possible, because engagement equals profit, and profit drives development. Some AI systems can now predict what you will buy before you even know you want it. They predict who you will talk to based on communication patterns. They predict how long you will stay on a video by analyzing your past behavior. They predict your emotions by studying your facial expressions and the tone of your voice. Some systems can recognize sadness, stress, or excitement just by listening to how you speak. Others can detect diseases like cancer before doctors do by scanning medical images with superhuman precision. Radiologists train for years to read X-rays and MRIs. AI can do it in seconds, and sometimes it does it better. But here is the strange part. Many of the most powerful AI systems are not public. They are not in your phone. They are not in your apps. They are not in open websites. They exist inside massive data centers owned by governments, intelligence agencies, and powerful corporations. Facilities with armed guards, servers cooled by industrial systems, code written by the best engineers in the world. Why? Because these systems control information, and information is power. Whoever controls the flow of information controls public opinion, markets, elections, historical narratives. They can amplify certain voices. They can silence others. They can shape reality without touching a single weapon. And this is where artificial intelligence becomes political. Not because machines vote, but because machines decide what people see, and what people see determines what they believe. One of the biggest areas where hidden AI is being developed is the military, and this is where things become truly unsettling. Modern drones no longer need human pilots for every decision. Some drones can identify targets autonomously using computer vision. They recognize shapes, movement patterns, thermal signatures. They navigate complex terrain using real-time mapping and sensor fusion. They adapt to unexpected obstacles. They react faster than human reflexes. There are AI programs trained on thousands of battlefield scenarios. They learn from every conflict in recorded history. They analyze troop movement patterns, supply chain weaknesses, communication breakdowns, psychological responses. They simulate wars before they happen. They calculate probabilities of victory and defeat. They optimize tactics without emotion. Defense agencies openly admit they are building autonomous systems. Others operate under secrecy. Classified projects explore robotics, machine intelligence, and the future of combat. robotic soldiers that don't need food, don't need sleep, don't feel fear, don't suffer trauma. AI-controlled surveillance that monitors entire populations, predictive war simulations that model outcomes before a single shot is fired. These machines do not hesitate, they do not question orders, they do not feel guilt. And that raises a terrifying question. What happens when machines decide when to fight? What happens when autonomous systems are given authority to kill? Some experts warn this could lead to a new arms race, not nuclear weapons, AI weapons. Countries competing to build smarter, faster, deadlier algorithms. And the most dangerous part? Many of these technologies were originally built for peaceful purposes. Image recognition was meant to help cameras focus. Voice detection was designed for accessibility tools. Data analysis was created to advance medicine and science. But once governments and militaries saw their power, they adapted them. Surveillance, control, warfare. The same technology that helps doctors diagnose disease can identify enemies. The same algorithms that recommend videos can track dissidents. Technology itself is neutral, but the people who control it are not. Now, let's talk about something deeply personal: your job, your career, your future income. For decades, people believed machines would only replace physical labor, factory workers, drivers, warehouse employees. But something unexpected happened. AI began replacing thinking jobs, jobs that require creativity, analysis, decision-making. AI now writes articles for news sites. It designs logos and brand identities. It composes music. It edits videos. It creates special effects. It codes software. It answers customer service calls. It analyzes legal contracts. It prepares tax documents. It diagnoses illnesses. Professions once considered safe are now vulnerable. Writers compete with generators. Designers compete with algorithms. Accountants face automation. Programmers see AI writing code. Doctors see AI reading scans. But here's the twist. AI is not only destroying jobs, it is creating them. Entire careers now exist that did not exist 5 years ago. Prompt engineers, automation specialists, data trainers, AI system supervisors, ethics analysts. The real danger is not AI. The danger is ignorance. Those who understand these systems will control them. Those who ignore them will compete against them. And humans always lose against machines that never sleep, never forget, never get tired. The question is not whether AI will change your industry. The question is whether you will adapt. Now we reach the most shocking part of this journey. Not machines replacing humans, but machines merging with humans. Scientists are already testing something called brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. These are microchips, electrodes, and neural implants designed to connect the human brain directly to computers. Instead of typing on a keyboard, you think the words and they appear on a screen. Instead of touching a screen, you imagine an action and it happens. This is not science fiction. Some experiments already allow paralyzed patients to move robotic arms using thought alone. Others allow people to type messages, control wheelchairs, and play video games using only their minds. In laboratories around the world, researchers are learning how to read neural signals. They translate electrical impulses in the brain into digital commands. The brain becomes an input device. Thought becomes data, and data becomes action. Companies are racing to commercialize this technology. Imagine downloading knowledge directly into your brain, learning a new language in minutes instead of years, uploading memories, sharing emotions, experiencing other people's perspectives directly. Human experience itself could become programmable. This changes what it means to learn, what it means to communicate, what it means to be human. At the same time, another transformation is happening: the disappearance of screens. Phones, monitors, televisions, they may not be permanent. Instead of looking down at devices, information will appear directly in front of your eyes. Augmented reality will overlay digital data onto the physical world. maps guiding you through streets, messages floating in your vision, names and profiles appearing above faces, translations appearing instantly as people speak, prices hovering over products in stores. You will not search the internet. The internet will surround you. Reality itself will become an interface. And when combined with AI, the system will know where you are, what you're looking at, what you're thinking about, what you might want next. This is not just convenience, it is continuous surveillance blended with continuous assistance. You will never be offline again. Now consider creativity. For thousands of years, art was uniquely human. Music, painting, writing, storytelling. These were expressions of emotion, imagination, and experience. But now, machines are learning to create. AI systems already write novels, compose symphonies, paint digital artwork, generate entire films. They analyze millions of examples of human creativity. They learn patterns of rhythm, structure, emotion, style. Then they produce something new, something original, something convincing. What happens when machines become better artists than humans? What happens when an AI writes a story that makes you cry, or composes a song that becomes a global hit, or generates a movie that wins awards? Does creativity still belong to humans, or does it become a product of algorithms? And if creativity can be automated, what remains uniquely human? Now we reach the most important question of all. Who controls these machines? Governments, corporations, military institutions, or a small group of powerful individuals? Technology does not evolve slowly anymore. It explodes. The internet took decades to become mainstream. Smartphones transformed society in about 10 years. Artificial intelligence is advancing in months, sometimes weeks. Each breakthrough accelerates the next. One discovery feeds another. Systems improve themselves. Models train newer models. Feedback loops emerge. We are living through the fastest technological shift in human history, and most people are not paying attention. Not because they don't care, but because the changes are invisible. They happen in code, in data centers, in research labs, in algorithms running quietly in the background. No explosion, no announcement, just transformation. You might be thinking, this is interesting, but I'm just trying to live my life, pay my bills, take care of my family. It matters because artificial intelligence will shape what jobs exist, what jobs disappear, what knowledge is shared, what knowledge is hidden, what information spreads, what information gets suppressed, what wars are fought, what peace looks like, what humanity becomes. We are entering an age where intelligence is no longer only biological. Machine intelligence is growing exponentially, and the people who understand these systems will shape civilization. Not politicians giving speeches, not celebrities posting online, but engineers writing code, researchers wielding models, data scientists training algorithms, and the machines themselves, learning, adapting, improving. The biggest mistake you can make is believing this is distant science fiction. It is already happening, quietly, inside your phone, inside servers, inside networks. Every search you make feeds the system. Every purchase, it teaches it. Every video trains it. You are part of the process, whether you choose to be or not. History will likely be divided into two eras, before artificial intelligence and after, just as we speak of before electricity, before the internet, before industrialization. Future generations will say before machine intelligence and after. They will ask, why didn't people see it coming? Why didn't they prepare? Why didn't they learn how it worked? The truth is, many did see it, but most did not understand it. And what people do not understand, they cannot control. This is the technology they didn't teach you, the invisible systems running modern civilization, the hidden intelligence shaping your future. And this is only the beginning. The next decade will bring smarter machines, deeper integration, faster automation, more control, more power. The question is not whether this will happen. The question is where you will stand when it does. Will you be someone who understands these systems or someone controlled by them? If you want to keep uncovering the hidden technologies shaping your future, the systems operating in shadows, the inventions they don't explain, the technology they didn't teach you, subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications, because here we explore the AI they don't talk about, the inventions they don't explain, the technology they didn't teach you. Comment below, which part of this video shocked you the most? Military AI? Job automation? Brain-computer interfaces? Artificial creativity? And what technology should we uncover next? Because the future is being written right now, line by line, algorithm by algorithm. And most people don't even know the code. But you will. See you in the next video.